Listen, we got breaking news to discuss. Pardon me. The Villanova boys, they are back and they are better than ever, and they are in New York City. You see moments after, this deal happened, all of the guys linked up for an epic FaceTime call. I wonder what was discussed. I'm pretty sure that these conversations and rumblings about Mikal Bridges coming to New York City was gonna happen. From all accounts, Jalen Brunson, this is what he wanted, and this is what he got. To be honest with you, this makes everybody better. You know, when you bring in a guy like Mikal Bridges, who's going to elevate the talent level of this New York Knicks team, give them a lot of flexibility in terms of what they want to do. They paid a hefty price. You discussing multiple picks. So it was a very tricky deal. But what I'm really seeing is the commitment, to building around Jalen Brunson. That's something that Leon Rose and company has shown that they are willing to do. I'm very excited for what these guys can accomplish this upcoming season. This is, to me personally, I think this is just the beginning of something truly special. As you can see them all right there in this picture right here that we show. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. You already know Stephen A. Smith is going to have some epic to say involving this whole entire situation. If you want more New York Knicks news, updates, and more, make sure you hit the like button and most definitely hit the subscribe button. You already know it's Flight Sports TV. We got breaking news in the NBA right now. This guy, Jalen Brunson, gets his wish. All of his guys are with him. You're not going to tell me that they're not going to accomplish their ultimate goal. The New York Knicks came up short, this season of getting to the ultimate goal. We all know what the reason was in terms of the health. Everybody broke down. A lot of people are going to try to credit that to Tom Thibodeau and his coaching style and this, that, and the third. But I think that's just the easy way out. I personally believe that the New York Knicks was a definitive threat. It was the second seed in the Eastern Conference with a record of 50-32. They were right behind the Boston Celtics. They beat out a lot of teams. Clearly, it was injuries this year. Philly was hurt, Milwaukee was hurt, but the Knicks emerged. They had issues too, So, and then you had the Brooklyn Nets, Mikal Bridges' old team. Outside of the playoff picture, they finished 11th, so they did not reach the ultimate goal. But how the Brooklyn Nets pretty much used Mikal Bridges, in my humble opinion, was kind of basically in terms of that number one option. I thought that's what they was building him towards. You seen him on billboards and marquees and things like that. So clearly, they were going to be using Mikal Bridges in that role. It was a lot of rumors, that was circulating in terms of what they was going to do with Mikal Bridges. Like I said, as early as this morning, it said the Knicks was continuing to check on the availability. They said that the Rockets was going to be in the mix and things like that. So it was a lot of. I think the Knicks just jumped on board at the right time. In my humble opinion, y'all let me know your thoughts on that. The timing, for the New York Knicks, of getting back to where they need to get to, and that's a championship team. If you Tom Thibodeau, you got to be ecstatic. Look who you have now in the fold with you, and Mikal Bridges. This guy right here, if I'm not mistaken, he's from this area. Like I said, he's from Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken. He got drafted to the Sixers and got traded. He thought he was going to be spending his time in Philadelphia. I think his mother was involved with the Sixers organization. She did some work for them. So it's just like I said, I think that he's in the right situation, and I can't wait till we come out and we hear that he wanted to come to the New York Knicks. You got a lot of shooting. Mikal helps all of them. I just think about all of the times where the Knicks was in the jam up. What if Mikal was on the floor? You know, so the reports are saying that they still want OG Anunoby. So that's kind of crazy. It says the New York Knicks. We're gonna break this down as well. They are basically desperate in terms of trying to get their hands on OG Anunoby to pair with him. So just because I thought that maybe this would have gave the New York Knicks a out, but this is major news. That's being reported right now. So you already know it's flight sports, man. The New York Knicks are gonna continue to elevate and rise and get back to where they need to go in that glory. It's a great time right now to be with the orange and blue. I can't say it always been like that. I'm looking at the city and the fan base, and it was like they're just so raucous, And we really thought it was the year this year. I hope that everybody can get healthy next season. What are they gonna do with Randall? The Knicks have so much options, that it's just not even funny. And they have more flexibility. I think that anybody wanting to leave New York, you tripping. The Knicks are a clear championship team. It's about at the end of the day that gold ball. I think that this trade for Mikal Bridges it makes it even more evident that Leon Rose, Worldwide Wesley, they are determined to put a championship in New York City. And I think that that's going to be a very emotional situation for people who grew up with the Knicks, because the Knicks is, like I said, they got a cult like following. We worldwide, we all over the place. Most of us was born Knicks fans. It trickled down. In New York, your mother was a Knicks fan, your father was a Knicks fan, your uncle, your neighbor, the barber, the man, the deli, the guy that works in the deli, the woman who make the sandwiches. So everybody gravitated to the New York Knicks in New York City. The bus driver, casual conversations on the train, anything, you know, the Knicks dominate New York. And I think Mikal, I don't think I know. He's about to see a clear difference with what it's like for playing with pretty much not the pretty much the B franchise in New York and the Brooklyn Nets. Knick fans don't even acknowledge them. They roll up in Barclays and take the arena over. To me personally, I think they need to move to probably Buffalo or something like that. They need to get out of the tri-state area to get their real following. As long as they're in the backyard of the New York Knicks, it's going to be a heck of a ride for them. But nonetheless, man, Mikal Bridges is back. We're going to have breaking news. We're going to be live for the draft. Make sure you hit the like button and most definitely hit the subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV.